Hello, fellow player characters. This is Dave on CRPG Dungeons and Dragons Night on YouTube and CRPG D&D Night on Twitch. Uh, I'm not going to have any kind of flair, no opening, no closing. I'm just going to give you guys a straight chalk right now. A couple days ago, on one of my chats in a premiere of one of my videos, I got a little testy towards one of the viewers. Mainly because of how I do certain things for my channel. That being, uh, I roll dice for my stats on some of the games where where you can do adjusting, especially like say the gold box games, where you can adjust the stats to your liking. And also that same day, I had a bit of a heavy argument with my dad earlier that day, so that was kind of affecting my thinking at the time because that argument had just happened before the premiere started, so I was still a little pissy. And when he popped off with, well, that was your biggest mistake right there, or your big mistake right there, I took offense to it. And the reason I took offense to it was because I prided my channel on doing something a little different from everybody else by doing the rolling of dice for my stats on those games, or on any game that allows me to do such a thing. And the reason I do such a thing is because I'm trying to make the games a little bit closer to a TTRPG or tabletop role-playing game as possible and not just a computer game. I mean, if I could, I'd even do a little bit of actual role play with my characters in the game, if as in voice and all that stuff, if I could. But I'm not a great voice actor and I'm not an actor, so that's not going to happen, and it'll probably come out really crappy if I did do that. So I went with rolling dice. But yeah, this person, I'm not going to name their name, but if you look up the chat, you'll probably find it yourself anyway. But I'm not even going to mention what video it is. You'll just have to find it on your own. And don't go after this person. This person has actually been very helpful to me over the last few years with getting through particular games. And I appreciate his help. It was just I was in a bad state of mind at that point, and I I went off on him through chat, and I right now I feel pretty bad about it. Even though, yeah, he was kind of confrontational to begin with, he's usually like that normally. But because of the mindset I was in at that particular point, I took offense. And I'm not going to get into details about what happened between me and my dad. That's family, and that's between me and him. And we're over that already. So, no need to be digging that up again. But yeah, so what I wanted to talk about is what am I doing with my channel? Why do I do certain things about my channel? One, this started off as a channel where I was playing old school RPG or CRPGs. That was the original intent. And a lot of those CRPGs came out in a time where I was too young to play them, or I didn't have the means to play them. So now that they're showing up on like Steam or GOG and they're at a fair price, I get them and I try to play them. I took heaviest interest in the gold box games, and that's when I actually started up this channel. So I started up the channel, and the first game I played was Pool of Radiance. And unfortunately, a lot of the earliest videos that were on this channel, I'm talking about 3 years ago, a lot of them have been removed. There's a lot of them that have been removed more recently as well from other games. And that's because I decided that I had too much of a mess on my channel. There was a lot of stuff that were incomplete. The videos themselves were kind of a mess, like sound missing, stuff like that. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that is no longer on the channel. I removed them, and that was mainly because of my own personal taste. And a lot of it had to do with a lot of those videos were incomplete, or I lost interest in. I might come back to them later and start over. Um, and Or there was just too much complications in trying to get the recordings going or streams. Because I have a lot of games that, for some reason or another, have a hard time being streamed or being recorded. And I've had to find different methods to do it. For instance, what is it? Uh, Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. I'm using the in-program recorder from my computer to record it, but I'm doing it in like 5-10 minute intervals because any more than that, it starts having issues trying to record. I don't know why. So, but you'll notice there's like little points where the sound seems to go a little out of sync with the rest of the what's going on, and so I ended up to kind of prevent that from happening too often. I shortened the length of recordings. So when it gets about to the point where you see me get to a save spot, one of those little pillars with a book on it, and that's where you're supposed to save. When I save there, you'll notice a little jump in the sound. And that's because I stopped the recording and restarted it. And that's what's going on there. It's like the only way I could actually get the game to record properly without any having to make sound adjustments or anything like that. Although I think I am going to have to make the game a little bit brighter because I've noticed in the last video, going through the tunnels, it's really, really dark. And when I played the game, it wasn't that dark. So I think I have to raise up the brightness a little bit. Other games I've had to do that with is The Bard's Tale, and that one it's 5 to 10 minutes as well in breaks. Others, what is it? Pathfinder Kingmaker. I'm also doing that with. Even though I've seen people do live streams of it, for some reason my computer just really has a problem doing stuff. A lot of the D&D games I don't have any issues with, which is a strange thing. Even though Dark Alliance 2 is giving me issues, but a lot of the other ones they don't. So right now I'm playing Pool of Radiance, and I've gotten pretty far on it. I still have my issues with it, but the issues being more in the lines of me just playing the game because I'm not a very good strategist. Although the last one I did pretty good. It took me only 3 attempts to get through that one battle, unlike a certain other battle where it took me damn near 3 years to finally get past it, or actually past 3 years to finally get through it. And even then, I had someone in my chat of the stream helping me through the battle. This time, not so much. I actually learned that one on my own, and I kind of figured out what spells I needed and a good strategy to go, start off with. And it took me 3 attempts, and I was kind of proud of myself for that one. Um, so there's different kinds of stuff that happens on my channel. Like I do every now and again, I'll come across a store in my town that does gaming or comic books or something like that, and I'll ask them if they'd like me to do a video for them. So I do a video for them. I think I've only done about 3 so far, and there's other places I'd like to go, but I never gotten responses from them. So I don't know if those are ever going to happen or not. So I go in, I take care of these guys and do their videos for their stores and stuff. Um, That's one thing I like to. I also go to a bunch of anime and comic book conventions and various other things. Like I went to a Ren Fair a few years ago with my cousin. Um, I'm hoping him and his wife will join me this coming Comic Con over at Sierra Vista. Because I like. I even said I'd like to do a collab with her if at all possible, if she'd be interested. Which I haven't gotten a response, but I should probably call them and ask them about that. Anyway, Um, but that thing between me and JP, um, if he watches this video, I want him to know I am sorry for my outburst. Um, I was already in a bit of a bad mood as it was, and usually when I'm in a bad mood, uh, you know, the smallest detail usually sets me off. So I apologize for that. He really didn't deserve that. He was being himself. He was being honest, and I respect people for being honest with me. But yeah, I had no business jumping him like that. And I should have talked it out more reasonably, and told him, well, this is what I'm trying to do with my channel. And he even agreed, it's my channel. I could do what I want with my channel, so and so but he was having a thunderstorm at that time, and I think he got cut off in the middle of us talking, and I was actually starting to calm down at that point. But I felt really bad about how things had turned out, and I hope he's doing okay, and I hope he joins me on another chat soon. Anyways, you guys take care. Thank you for watching, and thank you for understanding if you went through this video and kind of see how my brain works a little bit. I know it's not exactly the greatest thing to see, but I had to get some stuff off my chest and do a little explaining on what I do on my channel and why, and sometimes why I do what I do on my channel. Like the dice thing, I do that because I wanted to do it for a role-playing aesthetic for my channel, tabletop. Um, I like to give attention to the stores around my area and the events around my area that nerd culture could appreciate. You guys take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video or stream, whichever comes first. Bye bye.